Okay, so we are just continuing the session. Sydney is now being the 16-year-old girl who is an athlete, plays in multiple sports in high school, and we've just switched roles, and now I'm the counselor. So we're going to start. Hi, Sydney. How are you doing today?
Hi, I'm okay. How are you?
I'm okay. Thanks for asking. I just wanted to touch base with you about the things that we discussed last time I had you in my office. But I did want to see how your volleyball game went last week.
Yeah, my volleyball game was great. I had, I think, like 14 assists the whole time. I'm a setter, and it went really well, and we won. So,
I'm really, really glad to hear that. I talked to your history teacher after the game, and she said you guys did really well, and you specifically had an awesome game. So I was
thank you.
super excited to hear that. Um, I did want to follow up about you getting some peer tutoring and see where you're at with that and kind of how that went last week.
Yeah, so it went okay. Since it's my friends, it kind of we kind of talked a lot instead of doing what we were supposed to be doing. We did do our homework, but I feel like I didn't really learn much from it because we were just kind of going back and forth, and she ended up doing most of it.
Yeah, so I was a little bit worried. That was one of my concerns about having, your close friends tutor you. So do you feel like that was happening every time you guys were together?
No, there were some days where we had more homework, and so we knew we kind of had to do it. I did actually end up telling her about my situation and how I'm feeling, and am not going to be able to play sports next semester. And so I think she's more wanting to help me now.
So that's good that you shared that with her. I'm sure that she was supportive for you as your teammate. Um, that does concern me that you guys were talking a lot. Do you see maybe anybody else that could help you in your circle that would, I don't know, less conversation going on and maybe more studying?
Yeah, there is a girl that's really smart on my team, but we're not really friends.
Do you think that you would be comfortable with asking her to help you, or do you think that's out of the question?
I think I would like it more if you asked her.
Okay, so kind of what I'm thinking is that I could ask her to come down to my office, of course, and that we would chat. But I do want you to have some personal responsibility in this. So
Mhm.
what's a small step you feel like you could take?
Um, Maybe I could try to talk to her more.
Yeah. So
Just to be friends with her before she helps me.
yeah, and I think that's a really good idea, and that might help bring your team closer in general. And I think when teams are close, you guys succeed more often.
Mm-hmm.
So I do like the idea of extending some friendship to her. Um, Kind of what I was thinking is that we could have maybe another athlete that's not on your teams, anybody from your teams help you. So, do
Mm-hmm.
you have anybody in mind that maybe plays another sport that you're close with and would be comfortable sharing that you're struggling with them?
I kind of only associate with my team, so I don't really know anyone.
Okay. So, I think I am going to pull up your class schedule and kind of take a peek at who's in each of those classes, and then get some names of some other students who may be able to help you. Would that be okay with you?
Yeah, yeah, that would be great.
Okay. So also I wanted to follow up on how your tutoring went with your history teacher and coach.
Yeah, it's going really good. It's just hard, I think, for both of us to stay on the topic of homework when we are in the setting of sports because she's my coach in that moment and not my teacher. But it has been helping me, and I have been learning more in history and social studies. So, yeah, it's been good.
Okay. So I hear that you're kind of saying it's a bit of a struggle just because she is your coach and your teacher. Um, Do you know any other history teachers in the building that offer tutoring maybe after your games or after practice?
Mm, there's a 11th grade teacher that might be able to help, but I feel like she is too smart.
What makes you think that she's too smart?
I feel like she teaches the harder subjects and to the older kids, and so she wouldn't really know how to help me.
Okay, so I can understand why that would be a little bit nerve-wracking just because she teaches the AP courses and the older kids. But she is a teacher, and I think that she would probably want to help if she heard about your situation. I don't want to make you do anything you're not comfortable with, but I think it might be a good idea for me maybe to reach out to her and maybe connect you guys.
Yeah, yeah, I think that would be okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna make a note for me to contact her. I'm also, just to remind you, gonna look for some other athletes to help tutor you.
Hmm.
I took a peek at your grades, and your math grade is still a little bit on the lower end. So, what do you think's really holding you back in that class?
That's the class that I do with my friend who's on my volleyball team, on the bus, and she tries to explain it to me, but we normally just do the homework and are done with it, and then I don't actually learn how to do it. Um, I just feel like in class the teacher goes really fast, and I'm not able to catch up.
And your math teacher did offer after school tutoring, but I know you are pretty busy with practice after school. And so, what has your parents offered to take you somewhere or maybe have someone come to your house at all to help you out with that?
No, they haven't offered, but I feel like they might want that.
Okay, so your mom and I have been communicating back and forth over email about her concerns with your grades and being eligible to play next semester. So I think I might get a list together of people who might be willing to come to your house or another time, whatever you're comfortable with, to help you. Would you be okay with that?
Yeah, just as long as it's not too much because I like to sleep when I'm home.
Yeah. So have you still been sleeping a lot after school instead of doing your homework?
Yeah.
Okay. So what do you think, what kind of effect do you think that's having on your grades?
I think it's having a bad effect on my grades, but I think that it's having a good effect on my athletic ability.
Right. And so in our last session, we did talk about kind of that balance. And high school is a time where we do learn how to balance our work, which your work is school, and maybe fun activities. And so, do you think that you could change taking naps, or is that just nothing you can give up?
That is something that I could give up, I think, if it means that I can continue playing sports.
Yeah, and I think that playing sports is ultimately your biggest priority, correct?
Yeah. Yeah,
All right, so maybe we work on giving up just one nap this week and then another nap next week and kind of work that into our schedule.
that would be
Oh,
fine.
okay. All right. So today we followed up with the peer tutoring, kind of touched on the fact that it may not be the best.
Hmm.
I don't think that you should stop doing that though. I think it's probably helping a little bit.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, so we'll keep doing that. I'm in contact with your mom. I'm gonna let her know some outside resources that may be able to help you. And I'm going to reach out to the AP history teacher and try and get you guys connected.
Okay.
Okay. All right,
Yeah.
does that sound okay?
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, so we will meet next week during your lunch period again, okay?
Okay.
All right, we'll see you
All
then.
right. Bye.
Bye.